Someone tried to hex you again. Oh, how cute. How sweet. Let's see. What does the collective need to know right now? I'm Jamie Seaver 23. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I love all of your comments, your likes, your shares, and your subscribes. Yes, I do. So there is someone having a fit. You guys have someone that's, yeah, someone's having a fit over you. Some of you are happy, healthy, stable, peaceful, harmonious. Yeah, you got someone here they're freaking out because a hex was supposed to work against you. You know, they were convinced that this time around it would work. So it's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like a vibe of like they really tried their hardest this time. Like maybe in the past they were kind of doing it willy-nilly. Maybe they were doing this, that, like, but this time they really put their heart into it. You know, they're like, can you at least pretend to be? They're like, that's exactly what's happening, Devoted Divine. Hey, Devoted Divine, how are you? So it's this vibe of like, I put my heart and soul into this. Like you, like at least pretend to be hurt. Can you like hold your arm a little bit and pretend like your arms are, or like limp a little bit? Can you like hold on to your eye and act like you're like I punched you? Can we at least pretend? Can you at least pretend it had an effect? Because this is the vision I got. It's that somebody was like doing all this work. Like, let's say they have voodoo dolls. I was getting like a vision of like you taking the thread and like you pulling it and it unravels and the whole thing falls apart. I was also getting a vision of somebody's lighting candles and then you go right up behind them and go and you blow them out. That's what I'm like. It's like immediately after somebody feels like, oh, my work is done here. I've done them in. Finally. Oh, yes. I finally done them in. They are done for. Then they see you skipping along. They see you hopping around on a pogo stick. They just can't believe it, collective. Like they literally, they're just shook. They're like, wait a minute, you were supposed to be unalived, or you were supposed to be sick. At least get a headache. At least get a paper cut. Can you do something? Can you do something? Could you just like lay on the ground a little bit? You know, just for like 2 minutes. Let me just take a video of you laying on the ground so I can like go back and tell people I've defeated the giant. I've defeated the giant. Oh. Yeah, because they're having a hard time putting you in the grave. Yeah, they're like, I worked. They haven't, these people have not slept. These people, whoo. Like none of them were even like, you guys. I gotta show you a picture of it because this is literally the eyes I'm getting. Like I gotta show you the eyes. I've gotta show you. Give me 1 second. I gotta pull it up. I've gotta. You guys have to see what I'm talking about. You might recognize this. I've got to show you guys. I can't, like the visions I'm getting, I can't. It's like, wait, who's that? Let me see. Okay, there's something called Sanpaku eyes. Sanpaku eyes is a Japanese term that refers to a condition where the white part of the eyes is visible on 3 sides of the iris. Those are Sanpaku eyes. So typically people with Sanpaku eyes are often associated with bad health, misfortune, or even unaliving. This belief is based on the ancient Japanese practice of physioterapy. Nami, which interprets physical features as signs of personality and destiny. Okay, so now that I'm going to show you guys what different Senpaku eyes. No. I posted this on my community tab, and I think I'm going to post it again because it's going to be hard for you guys to see this. People with eyes like this, these are called Senpaku eyes. So there's a lot of people who've committed heinous crimes that have Senpaku eyes. Also, the eyes that are like half, like the circles of the eyes aren't showing. It's like a half moon. The half moon eyes, where the eyelids are half closing over the eyes. That too. So these people have Senpaku eyes. And now if you have like a medical condition, like something that causes your eyes to look like that, this is not about you. This is about the Senpaku eyes. I'm getting those Senpaku eyes, but I'm also getting like these bulging eyes with like red veins going through them, like with like very, very veiny eyes. Yeah, I just keep seeing. Ooh, they're mad. Ooh, look, they're getting real mad. They're getting mad. Collective, I don't know if you just stepped outside your house and started singing the hills are alive with the sound of music and you started twirling, but these people are pissed. Whatever they're seeing, whatever they're looking at right now, Collective, these people are shook and they're mad. I don't know what you did this morning to make these people upset. Maybe because you woke up this morning. I don't know. Are you outside doing yoga? What happened? Something has gone on. Did you go on another shopping spree? What happened? These people are freaking shook. I just heard somebody scream, "I will find you." Yeah, whoever this is freaking out. You guys got people freaking out. They're questioning their whole lives. Like they're wondering like who's who. Okay, yeah, look at this. A community is fighting with each other. Okay, Collective, I don't know if you guys remember. So some of you are new here. Hi, I'm Jamie Zebra 23. But for those of you that are regulars and watch most of the videos, I don't remember which video it was, but do you remember me saying this? To where they like thought let's say somebody's like a makeshift tarot reader. Like they're makeshift. Like they're, they bought a deck of cards and they're like, I'm open for business. Or this could be somebody who has a pendulum. The pendulum can lie. If you're not protected spiritually, let's say you open yourself up to the devil. There's lots of ways to do this. So let's say you are you don't know what you believe in. Like you're like, one day I'm Wiccan and the next day, I'm worshiping the devil and the next day I'm this. So, hey, Jonetta. So people like that, when they use pendulums, they get false information. So if you know who you're dealing with and if you call in your protections, you'll get honest answers. But if you don't know who you're working with, they'll give you a bunch of lies. They'll feed you a bunch of lies. So I feel like this community, they got caught up in that. Like something here is where they were like makeshift doing something. Like they're not qualified. They don't have the gifts. They can't do anything. So I feel like they were like reading for weeks, months, years that supposedly, you were going to pass away and you were going to do this and this was going to happen to you and you were going to get in a car accident. They've all gotten in the car accidents. Their loved ones have passed away. They are on their deathbeds. They have life-threatening illnesses. They're broke. They they don't have two nickels to rub together. They don't. Like everything's going awry. So now this community is like, wait a minute. It seems like ever since we started, dealing with you or being a part of this group, this clique, our whole lives have turned upside down. Our lives are upside down. So there's like arguments and fights, and somebody's trying to be like, no, that's not what's going on. It's just a coinky dink. It's a coincidence. It's just a coinky dink that everything's going bad for us. It's just a coinky dink. No, it's not. Everybody in that community keeps wondering why you're on top and why they're on the bottom. Like, why do I always gotta be a bottom? That's what they're thinking. Why do I always gotta be a bottom? Also, there's a Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo that's confused about how you're getting your information. They're like, how do you know? How do you freaking know? They want to know how you know. Like, how do you know what they're going to do months, weeks, years before they know what they're going to do? How do you know? Yeah. Yeah, there's also a situation here where there could be a crooked Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio that has been asked to leave, and they are embarrassed that people are going to find out. This could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or a Pisces feminine. This could also be like somebody who sleeps around a lot. This person could sleep around a lot. This person, okay, another clue as to who this person is, they could have like 5 boyfriends and everybody knows about it. They could have a husband and a whole bunch of boyfriends. They could be sleeping with people in the community. They could, it's like a whole thing. Like everybody knows that this person sleeps around. No offense to anybody who sleeps around. Knock yourselves out. But this person tries to pretend like, oh, I'm just so innocent. Oh, I'm a victim. But they're sleeping with everybody in the community. I'm going to go a step further here because I'm getting so many downloads. I feel like this woman could be older, and I feel like one of the many men she's sleeping with could be very, very young. And she may have given this very, very young person an STD to where it would be hard for them to have children in the future without giving it to the woman he gets pregnant and then it being passed down to the child, if you know what I mean. Because this woman was sleeping around so much. Yeah, everybody's suffering now. Now, one more thing about this situation, because it's popping back up, is the person who they gave this this woman who's spreading this STD around. I feel like this woman has children, and this is so embarrassing for her children. Now, I also feel like whoever this woman is, she, the younger, so let's say, for 6 months, she's sleeping with the same group of 5. Maybe one falls off, they get into a relationship with someone, or, so-and-so goes back to their wife, or, they have a falling out. So she picks another new 5 or 6 to sleep with. So one of the past groups of people she was sleeping with has now found out that they have STDs because of her. So they're going to come back to confront her about this. Yeah. All right. So I don't know what this has to do with the hex. Maybe this is somebody involved with helping to do, I don't know. But for some reason, Spirit wants to talk about these people. Also, somebody went to a practitioner because you're happy and they want to block your happiness and your finances. I mean, what else is new? You guys, some of you might be like, Jamie, I don't, how many practitioners are there? How are they able to, they have no money to even be doing this stuff. So there's a layaway plan. A lot of practitioners will do a layaway plan. I'm not kidding. I feel like somebody just spit their coffee out when I said that. I don't know. I just said somebody spit their drink out when I just said that. So they have a layaway plan. So like, let's say somebody goes to a practitioner and says, I'm so envious of this person over here. I hate them. They're too pretty or too handsome, or they make more money than me, or they'll be everything I'll never be. Take them under, 6 feet under, blah. They'll be like, okay, that'll be $5,000. The person will go, I don't have $5,000. So they'll be like, well, how much do you have? I've got $200. Okay, well, give it to me. Give me the $200. I'll start the work. But then you have to come back and pay me every week something. So let's say that person's doing the work and they already owe them $5,000. They just go to a different practitioner. Collective's got a better shirt on than me. I want to be Collective. They're too handsome or too pretty. Please take them under. And then they're like, it'll be $10,000. They'll be like, I don't have any money. Well, how much do you have? I got $50. Okay, give me the $50. Give me the $50. You'll come back every week and pay me. So then they see it doesn't work with that practice and they go down the line. So you guys might be like, how do they have the money to do this? Because they're not paying that much. They'll come back and they'll keep paying a little bit here, there, everywhere, but they don't have to come up with all that money. But that's how all of this works. So it's a layaway plan. So they keep seeing that, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. So they have to just keep going to different ones. And then for other people, it's just somebody in their community that they go to. Because there are people that are really ignorant, They believe anything that anybody says. They're real ignorant. So what they'll do is they'll be like, psst, psst, I heard so-and-so's a witch. I heard so-and-so reads cards. I heard so-and-so. Let's go talk to so-and-so. Hey, how much for this? How much for that? Psst, psst. And then the person will be like, hey, can you help me do something? Can you go throw this graveyard dirt over here? They're like, yeah, to try to gain favor with whoever this person is. But they haven't gained any favor because the person hasn't been able to help them with a damn thing. And all they did was sell their soul, and now they got a bunch of karma. And they're wondering why their life is going to hell. Yeah. So whoever did this, they're like upset that you're celebrating. Maybe some of you are having a picnic today. Maybe some of you are going to the park. Maybe some of you are out of town. Whatever it is that you guys are doing, like somebody's all up in arms about that. They're like, wait a minute. I thought you said that Collective, things were going so bad. How come they're flying here, there, everywhere? How come they are going to tropical places? How come they're on cruises? How come they're at Disney again? How come? Yeah. All right, guys. Reading specials are $25. I offer same-day readings and a $10 one question, one answer via email only. Wait, what? I go live every night from 9 p.m. Central Time Zone to 10:30 p.m. Central Time Zone. Join me. Sorry, guys. I just got some... I just got a text message from somebody I do readings for, and they sent me a picture of the bulging eyes of somebody who lives next to them with the bulging eyes. I'm like, those are the freaking eyes. That's it, with the veins. But anyway, JamieSeaver23.com to talk for now. Love you long time. Oh, I just want to tell you guys, there is something called Graves' disease. Have you ever seen people with Graves' disease? Their eyes are usually gigantic, but they look nice. But I guess it's not a good thing. I am not talking about that. I've seen several people with that, and I had no idea that it was something negative, but their eyes were just so beautiful. Like they looked like magical, like the Japanese anime. They looked so, but I guess it's not a good thing. But I am not talking about that. I'm talking about, people who haven't slept because they've been up doing demonic things. Like, in the cartoons, the villain eyes, like, ah, ha, 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 ha. That's what I am talking about. I kept complimenting this lady years ago on her eyes until finally her adult daughter was like, hey, just so you know, my mom's real sensitive about her eyes because she has, Graves' disease. And I'm like, what's that? And then she explained it to me and I looked it up. I can't remember what it was all about, but that's a medical issue. But her eyes were just so, like, they were magical. But anyway, so I'm not talking about that. And then if you do see somebody with big, perfect eyes, be careful with the compliments because they might think you're being funny. They might think it's kind of like if you were self-conscious about a certain part of you and then people just kept talking about it and complimenting it, you might think they're being funny about it, right? All right, guys, JamieSieber23.com to talk for now. Love you long time.